For today's headlines, WHO requires Philippines to use vaccines on priority recipients. Duterte welcomes arrival of AstraZeneca vaccines. Filipinos get choice of vaccine to take. Cusi ensures stable power during vaccine rollout. MVP to leave PLDT soon. Francine Diaz tells Star Magic Talents not to be nervous. Gilas face grueling schedule. Warm weather expected today. Good morning, I am Sandy Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Today is Friday, March 5, and now the news. The Philippines may lose millions of COVID-19 vaccine doses from global vaccine sharing pool if it fails to follow to prioritize the vaccination of healthcare workers. World Health Organization representative to the Philippines, Dr. Rabindra Abeyasinghe, made the warning in a media briefing on Thursday. Abeyasinghe also said the Philippine government must minimize wastage of the vaccines to avoid jeopardizing future deliveries of vaccines from the worldwide initiative. The official's warning came amid reports that government officials who are not health workers attending to COVID-19 patients were recently inoculated with a coronavirus vaccines intended for frontliners. President Rodrigo Duterte on late Thursday urged Filipinos to get vaccinated against COVID-19 as he welcomed the arrival of the initial batch of vaccine shots from AstraZeneca. The arrival of the AstraZeneca vaccines, developed by the British-Swedish pharmaceutical firm and Oxford University, arrived via a KLM commercial flight which landed at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport at around 7:10 p.m. The delivery followed Monday's shipment of Beijing of 600,000 doses of Sinovac's CoronaVac jabs. Duterte thanked the donor countries of the AstraZeneca shots, which were shipped to the country by COVAX, a global initiative aimed at providing developing and poor nations equitable access to the precious life-saving jabs. A second brand of anti-COVID vaccine has arrived, giving Filipinos initially wary of the China-made shots a choice to get inoculated. President Rodrigo Duterte received some 487,200 vaccine doses from the British-Swedish firm AstraZeneca at the Ninoy Aquino International Airport, Terminal 3. The arrival of AstraZeneca's AZD122 is much awaited amid a demand by other health workers to be given choices on what vaccines to take. AZD122 utilizes an adenovirus called ChAdOx1, a common virus that causes cold among chimpanzees. The harmless virus was modified to carry a portion of SARS-CoV-2 that once injected to the body, the vaccine will trigger an immune response to produce antibodies against the virus. Meanwhile, Sinovac's vaccine, commonly known as CoronaVac, works by using killed viral particles or by exposing the body's immune system to the virus to help it produce antibodies to fight off SARS-CoV-2 without risking a serious disease response. The two vaccines are given intramuscularly at 2 doses with an interval of 4 to 12 weeks. AstraZeneca's AZD122 are administered to individuals aged 18 and above, excluding pregnant women, while Sinovac's CoronaVac are given to clinically healthy recipients aged 18 to 59. As of Thursday, the inoculation of at least 9,000 healthcare workers and military personnel went on smoothly in at least 32 vaccination sites. Tribune News on Q will be back after these reminders.
Montero Sport. Elevate your journey.
Drive your ambition. Mitsubishi Motors.
Iba ng panahon, ang dami ng bago ngayon. Pati ang mundo natin, well, nagbago na rin. Buti ang magbayad, bigger, better na. You can buy it sa centers, pati sa mga partners, may online pa at app. You can buy it with your fingers, still don't remittance and more. Online shopping, you can buy it all. Di magpadala, you can buy it all. Anumang pera transaction, you can buy it all.
Sabayan ang pagbabago ng mundo for all your pera transactions, all new Bayan.
The Department of Energy is working non-stop to establish an uninterrupted supply of electricity services at the onset of the COVID-19 vaccine rollout by the end of the first quarter of 2020. Energy Secretary Alfonso Cusi said power generation companies and other energy stakeholders are mandated to ensure a reliable and stable electric power supply to ensure the smooth implementation of the government's vaccination program. In an advisory, Cusi said covered government-owned and controlled corporations and generation facilities owned by private sector should also secure enough power source. The energy chief also reiterated that GenCos should update their emergency response protocols and business continuity plans to back up power for cold storage and healthcare facilities in case of power outages in compliance with the 2021 Grid Operating and Maintenance Program. GenCos are also required to secure adequate fuel supplies and maintain reasonable fuel inventories. For the hydroelectric power plants, Cusi said water reservoirs should be observed to maintain their optimal production. Tycoon Manuel V. Pangilinan had previously announced his plan to relinquish the top position in PLDT Incorporated, the country's largest integrated telecommunications firm. But when will he ever ready to leave the post? The PLDT chair and CEO said that the time is soon. During the PLDT's quarterly briefing on Thursday, Pangilinan bared that he might push through with the plan which had been announced in the previous years once the company starts generating a stable income. Last year, despite the presence of the COVID-19 pandemic that upended the global market, PLDT still managed to grow its net income by 8% to 24.3 billion pesos. Its revenues were record high at 171.5 billion pesos. In a virtual event on March 2, 13 promising teens were officially added to Star Magic's pool of artists. They were welcomed by the original Gold Squad members Francine Diaz, Seth Fedelin, and Kyle Echari. Kadenang Ginto lead actor Francine Diaz couldn't help but feel nostalgic of her early days as an artist of Star Magic. Francine eventually learned how to overcome them and took a leap of faith and is now blessed to be where she is. First to be introduced as the newest member of Star Magic were Angie Salvacion, Kay De Estrada, Sam Cruz, and Angelica Ken Rojas. Rojas also inked a deal with Star Music. Next to be welcomed were Ashton Salvador with Raven Vigor and Drenchi Rueso. Vigor and Rueso are also part of the upcoming teleserye Huwag Kang Mangamba. Star Magic also introduced Angelica Lau, Danica Ontenco, Analain Salvador, Kian Johnson, Neo Tia, and Senator Manny Pacquiao's eldest son, Jimwell Pacquiao. Head of Star Magic Lauren Jogi said that while he wants the artists to enjoy their youth and the entertainment industry, they must not forget the responsibility that comes with being a celebrity. We will be back. Stay with us.
Araneta City, home to the country's first indoor shopping mall, the world's original Thrilla, and the first ever Bini Bini pageant. Now a place for your first win, your first catch, your first home, your first big break, your first date, and even your first love. Araneta City, the city of firsts.
In sports, Gilas Pilipinas is headed for a grueling schedule as it prepares for 3 major competitions this year. Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas President Al Panlilio yesterday said they are now in the process of arranging the itinerary of men's basketball team that is set to see action in the third window of the 2021 FIBA Asia Cup qualifiers, the FIBA Olympic Qualifying Tournament, and the FIBA Asia Cup. The world body has yet to announce the date of the third window, but it already topped the federation to prepare for the OQT that would be held in Serbia from June 29 to July 4, as well as the FIBA Asia Cup that starts on August 16 in Indonesia. Panlilio told Daily Tribune in a text message on Wednesday morning that the schedule for Gilas is being finalized starting with the third window. The preparation started as early as January with the federation holding bubble training at the Inspire Sports Academy in Laguna. Panlilio revealed that they are looking at having a bubble training also at the Inspire campus right after the PBA annual rookie draft on March 14. Warm weather is expected in a large portion of the country as northeast monsoon only affects northern Luzon, Pag-asa said in its 4 a.m. weather advisory. The northeast monsoon is expected to bring skies with light rains in Cagayan, Isabela, Aurora, and Quezon. Partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated light rains are expected in the Ilocos region, Cordillera Administrative Region, and the rest of Cagayan Valley. Partly cloudy to cloudy skies with isolated rain showers are expected in Metro Manila and the rest of the country due to localized thunderstorms. Meanwhile, no new low-pressure area or storm is monitored within the Philippines' area of responsibility. And that wraps up these stories this morning. Catch the latest news on our website tribune.net and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Tribune Now. The Daily Tribune is one with the nation in facing the COVID-19 crisis in line with Daily Tribune Digital Edition and Press Reader is now available for free online. You can also download the Daily Tribune app on Apple Store or Google Play to get the latest and most comprehensive news online. Daily Tribune is also inviting everyone to join its community Viber Kachibu to get updates on the freshest and hottest news and entertainment stories of the day. Tarsito emoticons are also available on our community Viber. Just visit the sticker store and search for Kachibu Community. And before we go, we would like to thank the SM Store and Araneta Center. Again, this is Sandy Locos and you're watching Tribune News on Q. Stay safe, stay healthy, and stay at home. Good morning and have a nice day.